A lot of people are skipping this one step and it's costing them deletion. It's a big mistake, and you know me, I'm gonna show you what it is. So with that being said, you already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. What's up, family? I'm back with another one. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. So in today's class, I'm going to be challenging y'all to do this one step so y'all can blow up y'all credit score, 50 points, 75 points, 100 points, 200 points, whatever that looks like for you, I'm going to be going into it. So with that being said, go grab a pen, go get some paper, and you know what you got to do. Hey, you're going to get some sweet tea today because it's going to be a good one. Wait, before we get into today's lesson, hey, I've been reading the comments, I've been seeing results, hey, congrats. And if you haven't been getting results, hey, can continue putting in the work. It's gonna happen. Continue adding positive accounts. The more accounts you have, the better. Continue adding accounts, and you're gonna see your credit score go up. All right, let's get into today's lesson. Hey, one more thing. Hey, I saw that one comment saying they want a bulleted list, so I'm gonna create a bulleted list on step by step, so you can have a better understanding, and I'm pretty sure it can help other people as well. Hey, appreciate that comment. All right, let's get into the lesson now. So you asked, I'm going to deliver it. Don't forget this step. Welcome to today's lesson. So first things first, right? Step number 5 is the step that you can't forget. Now, I had an illustration. You probably couldn't understand it, but I basically laid it down in bulleted point, right? So you can have a clear vision and clear understanding what you got to do, right? So remember, August 1st, we started the 30-day thing, right? To help you blow up your credit score in the next 30 days. Do the things you got to do every single day to start seeing your credit score increase. Now, it might not increase 100 points, 200 points, or whatever is going on, but over time, you'll start to see your credit score increase as the negative items start coming off. But as long as you put in the work, you're going to start seeing results. All right. So first things first, getting clear on what you really want. Now, the reason why I have this is because it's all mindset, it's all changing the way you think about credit and changing the way you think about everything, right? Now, the end of mine is getting clear on what you really want. Everybody has different goals. Some people might want a house, some people might want a car, people need funding for their business. Everybody have different things. So you just got to identify what you really want. And once you do that, then move to the next step. Now, a lot of people might skip this step, but I'm telling you, it's very important, because if you put it on your phone, if you see it every day, you know you're working towards something and you're not going to quit on it, right? Especially if your kids say, Daddy, I really want a house, or Daddy, Mommy, or whatever, I want a house, I want a trampoline so I can, jump in the backyard and do all the extra, I want a playground and all that, right? So it's getting clear on what you really want. Now, step number 2 is analyzing your credit report. Now, the reason why you want to analyze your credit report, we talked about this before, because you want to see what's holding you back. So I'm just going over a quick rundown of what you on previous days, right? So step number 2 was analyze your report. I talked about in the previous video, showing you how to analyze it, see what's holding your credit score back, seeing what kind of positive counts you got to add on your credit report, see what you need to do for the necessary steps to improve your credit score, whether that's 25 points, 100 points, 200 points, whatever that looks like, right? You got to see what you got to do to improve it, to be able to blow it up, right? So analyze it, see. Now, Credit Karma ain't going to help you overall. You need to see your actual credit report, because you want to look at Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Now, cleaning your personal information is step number 3. Now, we talked about this previously about cleaning your personal information, right? Remember, it's attached. I know Experian gives everybody a headache, but you got to continue pushing through the process. Now, I'm not saying if your personal information ain't clean up, then don't go to the next step. I'm just saying just try to do it, see what happens. Now, if it don't come off, then go to the next step. But at least you put in the actual effort to do it. Know, this is very key. Hey, cleaning your personal information is very key. Now, I'm gonna say it again, do what you gotta do. I know Experian gives you a hard time. I know TransUnion, Equifax is a little bit more easy when it comes to cleaning your personal information. But continue putting that pressure on Experian, continue using CFPB, Attorney Journal. I don't care what you do. Put in the effort to actually get the personal information removed off your credit report. I will have the personal information letter on this link so you can have it, but just do it, continue doing it until it comes off. Now, if it don't come off, then go to the next step. It's all good. Hushing the snitches. Now, we talked about this in yesterday's video, right? Talked about hushing the snitches. So what you want to do is hush them up. I know there was a lot of snitches, but the most important the most important is just understanding who the snitches are, and everybody else when it comes to who's reporting on you. Now, you can't hush up everybody, but what you want to do is see what they have, what kind of information they have on you, depending on if you're trying to get an apartment, depending on if you're trying to get utilities, depending on what you're trying to do. You want to see everything. Now, get the information, download it, or ask for the report and see what you got to do to see what's going on, especially if you're trying to get an apartment, especially if you're trying to get a house, especially if you're trying to get a new job, right? There's a lot of information that's being reported on you that might be incorrect, that might be wrong, and it's hurting you from getting deletion. So it's hurting you from getting that job. It's hurting you from getting that apartment. It's hurting you. Not just your credit score, everything else is hurting you as well. So make sure that personal information is cleaned up, because your information might be stolen. You might just have something. So it's just very important for you to check everything out. Now, step number 5. Step number 5. Should I skip over it and go to step number 6? Nah, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. So step number 5. Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all should know by now what step number 5 is. If you've been following me for a while, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been putting in the work, if you've been getting removes, if you've been getting deletion, if your credit score has been improving, you should probably already know what step number 5 is. For my new people, for my new family members, for my people just starting watching this, step number 5 is the secret letter, right? Yes, the secret letter is the investigation letter. Yes, you need that letter to set the credit bureaus up. And the reason why you want to set them up is because most people dispute online and ask to, most people dispute online and then say it's not theirs. But what you really want to do is send a letter in and tell them just to investigate every single account. Now, you will see every single account once you analyze your credit report in step number 2. So do this. This is very important. You want to set them up because you want the investigation to come back. Sometimes the account might get removed, but the account might get verified. Now, if the account get verified, we know that they didn't do a proper investigation. We know that they didn't do it, and all you have to do is just watch 3 or 4 videos where I talk about if they didn't do an investigation. I'm gonna talk about that in step number 7, but this is very key and this is very important. I challenge y'all to send this letter out first. 2 forms of identification. Remember, ID and proof of address. ID, proof of address, send it to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. That's 3 letters, certified. Yes, it's gonna cost a little bit of money, but make sure that the credit bureau's got it. And once you gotta wait about 30 to 35 days, you're gonna see the results that come back, the investigation come back. Make sure the credit bureaus have your updated personal information. This is why step number 3 is very key. Make sure they have your correct address. Make sure, because you want that investigation to come back. No, tell them to send you the investigation, send it to you to the correct address, because they might send it to an address that you don't live at, or address that's not on your address on your credit report that don't belong to you. They might have sent it there. So make sure you get the investigation to come back, and here's what you're gonna do next. Hey, we talked about this, right? Step number 6. Now, you wanna be building, you wanna be adding positive accounts. And the reason why you wanna be adding positive accounts on your credit report is because the more accounts you have, the better. We talked about this before. Now, if a lender looks at your credit report and see person A has a lot of accounts, right? They on time, 100%, 0% utilization, barely any inquiries. They have like 40, 50 plus accounts on their credit report. That lender knows that this person can manage credit. Second person that has like a little bit of credit or a little bit of accounts, what I mean by that, they have 100% positive, 100% payment history. They have 10% utilization, a little bit lower, right? They only have like 3 or 4 accounts on their credit report. Now, the lender might give you something, but sometimes they won't give it to you because you don't have that many of accounts on your credit report. So start building, start adding. A lot of people might tell you, but stop listening to everybody else, right? Listen to me. I'm your coach. I'm giving you the secrets. I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you resources. You can't listen to everybody. If you listen to everybody, you're going to be doing other things and you're going to know what's worked. So stick to one method. Do what you got to do. Now, if it don't work and if you put in the work for a little while and it don't work, then of course I'll tell you go somewhere else. But I already know this is going to work because my channel, in the comments, you will see people getting results and I don't see nobody else getting no results. So stick to the adding positive accounts right now. This is very key. Continue adding positive accounts, account after account after account after account. Now, once you start adding these positive accounts, now, in the meantime, in the process, as you're waiting, is the KO method, right? Now, let me explain this to you. Hey, step number 7, the KO method. Now, this is a process. Now, with this process, It's going to take a little bit of time because what we have to do is wait for the investigation to come back. This is why the secret letter is very important to send out. Now, once the investigation comes back, 35 days, you're going to see the investigation. Now, two things is going to happen. Now, the two things is account might got deleted or the account got verified. The account got verified, you need a KO letter. Now, after the secret letter, once you opt in to get that should be in your email. What's going to happen next is you're going to see the for you to purchase the KO letter. Get the KO letter. Now, wait 30 to 35 days, probably like 35, 40 days, and you're going to get your investigation. Now, make sure. Step number 3 is clean up your personal information. So make sure you have the correct address. Make sure you have the correct address on your credit report so they can send you an investigation. Once you get the investigation, like I told you before, what's going to happen, you're going to send a letter in saying, according to the law, right? According to the 15 U.S.C. 1681, look up the definition of investigation. Now, they're supposed to talk to your neighbors, talk to associates, talk to people, you know. You're going to put that on your credit, or you can put that on your letter as well and say, who did you talk to? What'd you do? How did you do this? How did you do that, right? You can start asking them questions, right? This is your consumer report. So ask them the questions, who they talk to, how they did the investigation. We know they didn't do it. So you can put that on the letter as well. You can add that in there a little bit, but we know that they violated the laws. You can send that letter in, highlight that and say, how did you do your investigation? 2 forms of identification. Now, some accounts should start coming off. Now, if they don't come off, what you want to do next? Hey, we're not just stopping there. We're going to use CFPB. We're going to use Attorney General. We're going to use the BBB. That's how we get the things knocked off, because we're sending out we're sending out multiple rounds in just 1 month, right? After the investigation comes back. Now, if you need any help, if you need any assistance, just let me know. Drop them in the comments. I could be able to assist you. I'm answering y'all questions. I've been answering y'all questions, but I'm actually trying to respond to every comment for the next 30 days because we're trying to blow up our credit score, 50 points, 100 points, 200 points, whatever it looks like, right? I'm trying to help you blow up your credit score. All right, I'll see you in the next class.